Hi, Dr. Libby here. I wanted to talk to you today about fat. I remember in college thinking that low fat and fat free was the way to go. And this was so deeply ingrained in my brain that I still find myself wanting to grab the low fat or the fat free options at the grocery store, even though I know better. And so, if I struggle with it, I thought some of you may struggle with it too. So, let's talk about low fat, fat free, and full fat. Fat is good for you for lots and lots of reasons. When I hear the word low fat or fat free, I think high sugar, high carbs, because guess what? It's replaced with something. And if low fat and fat free were the answer, then why have our rates of obesity doubled since this became the craze several years ago, right? It is not the answer. I choose to purposefully eat fat in my diet because it's good for me. As a matter of fact, I often put a scoop of coconut oil in my coffee in the morning to get the fat because it's that good for you. Okay. So my blog goes into this in greater details, but let me tell you some of the main reasons that I choose to put fat in my diet. One is you need fat for healthy cell membranes. Your cells are constantly being turned over, and you make your new cells from the materials that you eat in your diet. So, guess what? You can make your cells from Oreos and potato chips, or you can make it from healthy, nutritious, dense foods. And you need essential fatty acids to make the healthy cell membranes. Healthy fats equal healthy cells. Okay. And low fat, no fat doesn't give you enough fat to make the cell membranes, which can be problematic. The reason I like to put that scoop of coconut oil in my coffee in the morning is it increases my satiety. It keeps me full longer. It keeps me from binging on food later on in the day because fats are satisfying. Okay. Fats also reduce that blood sugar spike that comes with carbohydrates. So you eat carbohydrates, say you have just a bowl of cereal in the morning, that's going to be mostly carbs. Blood sugar shoots up, insulin shoots up, and then hour or two later, it comes crashing back down and you're hungry again. So if you pair the carbohydrate with fats, that's going to keep the blood sugar higher longer and prevent that subsequent later crash. I tell my clients carbs aren't bad, but carbs all by themselves kind of are. You need to pair them with healthy fats and protein, ideally. You need fats for brain function. I do some fasting from time to time. So my body is fully being driven on fat and my brain is so incredibly clear. For optimal brain health, you need fat in your diet and you need fat to make your hormones. And hormones are one of the keys to optimal health. So low fat, fat free can lead to declining hormone levels. Now, all fat isn't created equal. So before you rush out and say, Dr. Libby said fat is good, and I'm going to have donuts and Oreos and pie all the time now, let me tell you about 3 different types of fat and what to be aware of. So I like to simplify things. I may make it a little bit too simple, but I think the simpler it is, the easier we can understand and we can actually take that information and do something applicable with it. So I think of there being bad fat, moderate or medium fat, and good fat. Okay. So bad fat is trans fat, and trans fat is inflammatory. It increases your risk for heart disease, diabetes, and stroke. And this is in all the good stuff, the pies, the candies, the cookies, the cakes. Okay. Medium fat is saturated fat. And I consider moderate amounts of medium fat to be good. So you don't have to avoid this completely, but you don't want to eat tons of it either. And saturated fat is found in your animal products, meat, dairy, eggs. And so medium fat in moderation. And then the good fat is unsaturated fat, which can further be broken down into polyunsaturated and monounsaturated fats. Okay, this is the good stuff. This is the stuff you want to be purposefully putting in your diet. Okay. So things in this category are nuts, nut butters, like almond butter, things like that, avocados, fatty fish, oysters, flax seeds, chia seeds, walnuts. Some of these things don't add a whole lot of taste. For instance, um, I sometimes eat a rice cake and put some nut butter on top of that. And then I sprinkle chia seeds on top of it. Tastes about the same with or without the chia seeds, but I'm trying to get that healthy fat, more of it in my diet. And so I add it. So these are some great sources of fat. So just remember this when you're reaching for the low fat or the fat free, that means high carb. Low fat equals high carb, which equals high sugar. Okay. So don't be afraid of fat. It's good for you. Just make sure you're getting the right kind. Okay. Have a great day.